Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. Are you okay?
Yes, sir. You are terrorist. You did not like India. You didn't like peace. Their mind that build that everyone. Why does it come that every other Muslim is uneducated, and isn't it that education that they aren't receiving is that the main reason of them?
जीटीओ होने के नाते मैंने कुछ इवैल्यूएशन आप में से की। पहली बात तो ये कि Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome to the group discussion session. My name is Abhi Singh and I will facilitating this discussion. Today we will be discussing a topic that will test your communication skills, teamwork and problem solving abilities. Please listen the topic carefully. You have 15 to 20 minutes to discuss the topic among yourselves. I expect you to participate actively, share your thoughts, and listen to other views respectfully and carefully. Remember, there are no right or no wrong answers. We are looking for your ability to think critically, articulate your thoughts clearly, and work together as a team. Today's topics are: what are the root cause of terrorism? How can we address these issues to prevent the spread of terrorism? I will repeat again. What are the root causes of terrorism? How can we address these issues to prevent the spread of terrorism? And my second question, is terrorism a major threat to global peace and security? Discuss the role of international cooperation in combating terrorism. You have 2 minutes. You can discuss. What's your choice?
We have chosen the second topic, globalization and.
Is terrorism a major threat to global peace and security? Okay. Start.
So, as we all know, the terrorism has been derived from a Latin word non-terror, which means fear. Terrorism, the main factors of terrorism are the poverty, corruption, and unemployment. Moreover, terrorism has been widely seen at a large scale in the Indian region, at the Kashmir, at the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Moreover, there are different terrorist organizations which have been active at certain regions, such as the Houthis at the Atlantic Ocean, the Hamas in the border of Iran and Palestine. Moreover, the Dete organization, which is active at Sri Lankan country, and moreover the Nagaland insurgency, which is a conflict between the Houthis. Cookies and the Metis. Moreover, the Naxal movement has been widely seen at the regions of the Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. Moreover, terrorist organizations have been widely used to create disintegrity between the national unity and peaceful community, disintegrating the peaceful and national integrity of a country. Moreover, the terrorist organizations are widely used to disintegrate the mental peace, and they are used to.
As we all know, the latest attack on the India, the Pahalgam attack, was done by the Lashkar-e-Taiba on where the headquarters of the main sending of them was in POK. As we all know, India has done very well by Operation Sindoor and destroyed many of the camps in POK and banned the roads where they're coming to the India. And last, the same that was in Pulwama attack, where the over 40 BSF soldiers were died due to Lashkar-e-Taiba attack that was done. As we were talking on the Naxalis, CRPF is working on Chhattisgarh, and as a Naxali group is in Manipur also, where we are seeing more videos that is coming out that the people are get violating, disturbed. It is a global issue, as we can say that we have seen it 9/11 at America, 26/11 at the Taj Hotel, Mumbai. Many more terrorism, cross-border terrorism, interstate terrorism, inter-country terrorism we have seen, and many more terrorist groups are currently, we are seeing that Hamas and Israel war between a terrorist group and a country is going on. Agreeing with just number 31, I'd also like to continue on the statement that we have seen the Pahalgam attack recently. Not bringing the religion in between, but it's about a country against an entire country. Not once again stating that not bringing the religion, it was in India itself. A Kashmiri boy named Adil Umar went to Pakistan on student visa and did his training for ISI recently. And then he was there since 2018, went there on student, then went there to Pakistan on student visa, and then did his entire training through ISI, and then came here in 2020, did all the attacks, and also were planning to attack the visit of Prime Minister Modi to Kashmir for the inauguration of Vande Bharat. The attack was cancelled due to certain reasons, and that was where the attack was then transferred to Pahalgam. Once again, it has become a global error and not just an issue of the country itself. Terrorism is again spreading in the entire world. There are Muslim countries, and it is dividing the entire globe into two halves. The countries supporting the Muslim and the countries supporting non-terrorism.
According to test number 9, I totally disagree to him because terrorism does not have any religion. Because there are certain terrorist groups such as the Houthis, Metis, the Lashkar, the Jaish-e-Mohammed group, the Houthis and the Houthis and the Metis are the Christian terrorist group. Moreover, they are the Jaish-e-Mohammed and Hamas is the Muslim terrorist group. Moreover, we can say that the Houthis, that is a terrorist organization which majorly works on Atlantic Ocean, capturing the cargoes of different countries. They are also of Christian background. Moreover, terrorists does not belong to a certain religion, and moreover, we can take example of Litan, which was a certain terrorist group which was active in early 90s, which was early 90s in Sri Lanka. Moreover, our South Indian people were also involved in it, but they did not belong to a Muslim religion, but they were Christians or Hindus.
To just now 21, I would like to add that these are that terrorism does not belong to a religion, but there are some ethno-nationalists who arise budding teenagers towards terrorism. They are being brainwashed and they are moved towards more terrorism than being they are educated towards non-terrorism attacks. That's all.
Yes, I want to add a point on him. What he's saying that as we all know, the terrorists are mainly the between the 20s and 30s who are not employed, not educated as well. We don't know, and I am also agreeing with the just number 21 as he said, not on the religion. We know this is not on the religion. As we have a live example in our Himachal, in our Kangra district, in Dera, we have seen a boy who is working for the Pakistan agencies, giving them information. As we can see, around approximately we have got 5 to 10 teenagers who are working for them. This is all due to the lack of education and employment in India we have currently facing. So it is more about that. It is not on religion. It is Hindus who are also being the terrorists. As we can see, the Naskali, they are due to the political pressures. They might have watched and they are working for them. They are disturbing the internal peace of the internal states, and also all over the globe there are some interstate terrorist group. There are due to the lack of knowledge and lack of education employment. Gentlemen, I do agree with all the three just number, but it is always about the majority. It might not always that every Muslim is a terrorist, but in majority, every terrorist is a Muslim. And also, the recent studies that we may consider of the European studies of southeastern countries, this has shown that LET and Pakistan have a strong unholy alliance that have grouped together and have funded the LETs and have also combined with anti-Indian militant groups that we may consider at also once again a Muslim terrorist group.
I agree to all of you, but according to me, terrorism is that activity that interrupt peace, that create violence, that create in peace. We can see that money crisis. Some refugees come from China and cross border from Myanmar and come to the India. They create inviolence. They create inviolence in the public. That's create a huge damage to our people. According to me, there is also political interference. We can see the difference of the timing. There is also a election between these somewhere we can relate these political and terrorism. Maybe politicals can be support terrorisms.
I want to add a point to the test number 9, that he said that the majority of terrorists is Muslim. Muslim. As we can see in India, it is in Kashmir, and I have said that point. It is due to the lack of education and employment and a political presence and state of mind. The Kashmiri people are always anywhere in India talk that you are terrorist, you did not like India, you didn't like peace. Their mind are that build that everyone think that they are terrorists, but actually they are not terrorists. As we can see during the Pahalgam attack, the rickshaw driver was helping all the travelers, tourists who come there to get them to the airport freely, no cost, protecting them all. It is not about the Muslim. It is, on my point of view, it is due to lack of education and employment and the mind wash the people are getting due to the social media we are having and mindset of the other states people to them. Agreeing to just number 31, I do agree that this is all because of the lack of education. But if in India, or might be globally, if we consider, can't we see that the Muslims might be one of the greatest religions, might be the most populated religions, but can't we see that Muslims are still at a minority when it comes to education? Is it not? Can someone please answer that why every OGW, that is on ground workers that were seen helping the terrorists to cross the borders, then be it telling them the paths, all the ways to the Pahalgam, weren't all of them Muslims? Why does it come that every other Muslim is uneducated, and isn't it that the education that they aren't receiving is that the main reason of them being a terrorist, them being brainwashed?
But you are only talking about the Muslim community. You are not saying about the other insurgencies such as the Naxalites and the Metis and the Kukis that are in Nagaland. The recent news has been come that they have been, dealing with the Indian army. There has been a crossfire. Moreover, religion saying that terrorism belongs to a certain religion. I don't agree it belongs to a certain religion because it hurts the religious sentiments of many people. Moreover, I can say that religion is not only the main cause of terrorism. See, we can also say that terrorism, we should talk about terrorism, what affects terrorism. Terrorism affects our economy. As we can take example of Kashmir. As we all know that the terrorist activities only used to happen at Kashmir. And moreover, if we see the history, there was the last militancy that we had seen was that that 14th February Pulwama attack, and moreover there was one more militancy at the 29/11 at Taj Hotel, which affected our economic growth. Moreover, as we can take the example of the Pahalgam attack, it has reduced the economy of the Kashmir people. Moreover, it has reduced the per capita income of the people as there is as there has been zero tourists. Moreover, we can say that the terrorist activities only used to take place at the region of Kashmir, but now it has entered inside India, such as we can take the example of Jammu, the Pahalgam attack. It was a tourist destination where no one has expected that there would be a terrorist attack, but there was one to affect the India's economy. More,
I am saying a point on the test number 9 as he targeting Muslim. I want to just add a point that we have done Operation Secure, and we are informed this all by Sofia Qureshi, fighter pilot. As we all know, she was Muslim, and we all know during the war between the LOC and many other wars, the Muslim people were helping Indian army. They were giving them shelter. They were giving them information what was happening there, what militancy they see there. They inform everything. Not, I'm not telling it. Not a Muslim. Every Muslim is a terrorist. As we can say, we have many Muslims in our parliament, in our government, in our defense system, in our education society, in our sports academic, everywhere. We did not even directly, we cannot say that every Muslim is a terrorist as you had said, but not every, the Muslim people are helping India. Disagreeing with test number 31 and 21, I'd like to correct your statement and your views about me. I never said that terrorism had a religion. I said that majority of terrorists and majority of the terrorist attacks were conducted by Muslims. Stating it very clear and very true that once again it comes all about majority. If we see the recent stats, the Israeli terrorism attacks are at a number of approx of 14,000, whereas in America it's of a total 14 terrorism attacks and reports daily. Once again, concluding my statement with yes, not every Muslim, but every time a Muslim. Thank you.
I want to say something. There are many countries which are not that much educated. So you would think that they are becoming terrorists or something like that.
Not might be that they are becoming terrorists, but they might become terrorists. Uneducation can be a path leading to terrorism because obviously it are the brainwashed people that are eventually becoming terrorists.
But I have also a question with you. UNO have not defined terrorism. UNO not given a definition. So how you can tell that terrorism?
Exactly. Once again, terrorism is something that cannot be defined, and neither did I. I told what are the root causes of terrorism and how is terrorism affecting.
But question is how globally affect terrorism?
Yes, definitely. Globally, terrorism is affecting the globe eventually. Then we be considering it economically or politically. And also, did I stated that terrorism is dividing the globe into two halves.
Conclusion is that terrorism under the India as well as under boundaries.
But according to you are saying it is dividing into two spheres. No? So majorly, I can see that you are dividing the globes into Muslims and non-Muslims.
Definitely, because as you see, the Israelis are at a stake of 14,000 of terrorist attacks. I want to ask you just one question. What about Naskalis at Chhattisgarh and Manipur terrorists and the Litas we have in
And
South
also what
India?
about Khalistans?
Once again, redefining my statement that it's never about the minority, it's always about the majority.
I would like to add to test number 9 that I never told him that you told that Muslims is a terrorist group. But I gave my opinion that terrorism does not belong to a certain religion.
Definitely.
But I gave you the number that there are certain other religious terrorist groups which cause insurgencies in many areas.
Definitely. Concluding my statement with yes, there are many religions that might be included with the terrorist group, and yes, we are as all obviously it isn't about the religion. It is always about the humanity. We as humans have our first definition to save ourselves, to save our humanity, and to save our earth. Thank you. As we are now, we have a point to how to prevent the prevention of the terrorism. We have to give the point on the prevention, how it can be prevented.
We can prevent it with knowledge, seminars, give knowledge in schools, in so many ways to protect everybody from the terrorism.
We can prevent terrorism by increasing the employment rate, giving jobs to certain communities which are not able to, pay for their education, pay for their food, and by helping them by giving them some capital. Moreover, by certain government schemes, reducing corruption. Moreover, creating an environment where only peace exists, no peaceful activities.
Agreeing with just number 21, yes, obviously, if we have to cure terrorism, it isn't a short-term process or a very spontaneous process. It has to be done eventually, slowly, not from day one, but one day for sure. Yes, there are good initiatives taken by the Indian government, that is reservations for backward classes, and that has eventually helped, might not be fully, but yes, it has eventually helped to cure some. But if we as India, as a country, are even reducing 1 to 2% of the global terrorism, we are helping a lot.
As just from mindset, I would like to add, precaution is better than cure. So, from the childhood, one should educate one child from preventing terrorism and living in harmony.
Yes, I would add a point on the talk he had done that the child from the childhood we can ask a child who is going from a road what do you think about Kashmir? He will tell you about terrorism. as we all know, we have put it in mind that Kashmir is all about terrorism and the acts of terrorism are going here. It is not. We have to change our mentality. And as we have talked about the employment, the Kashmir have the employment due to the tourism. If the tourists not go there and have the mentality that Kashmiri are terrorists, it will become worse.
As at global levels, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has been taking certain initiatives for decreasing the rate of terrorism, such as the G20 League, which was recently conducted at India for decreasing the terrorism. Moreover, the SARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, certain meetings were held to decrease terrorism. Moreover, our Prime Minister has been taking certain international tours to USA, Russia, and moreover the Ukraine, so that we can unite together to defeat terrorism.
Yes,
As Rome was not built in a day, but surely will defeat terrorism.
Yeah, I would like to add a point also that we have currently done a practice drill with Russia in our South India about this, and we have done checked our port. We have done mission with them to encourage the India and prevent against the terrorism. We have done very well. We have agencies, quick intelligence agencies, RAW, NIS. We have CDS staff, a good CDS staff who is working on it. And now, as of now, in my opinion, everybody is getting a point what is terrorism and what is a terrorist is.
And I add one thing more. But here is internal security. Internal security also responsible for all these circumstances that happen in a Pahalgam, Pulwama, Manipur crisis. We want to protect our people from the terrorism.
As I mentioned, we have agencies who is working on it. But I also mentioned that Indian people are helping terrorists also to prevent terrorism in fear in the threat to the people. And we are working on it. We have seen a certain counter attacks. We have done Pulwama attack, Pahalgam attack, and as we have talked, we should done in a time. We will try to remove the terrorism as soon as we can.
As I would like to conclude to just number 23, that India has been taking certain initiatives to decrease the internal security, such as India has been they have done a collaboration with the certain private companies, such as DRDO has done collaboration with private companies to make their own sixth generation aircrafts, which is in the work is in progress, and will surely defeat our internal security also.
Replying to just number 23 and resting my voice here. It comes back to from where I started. My very first statement, it isn't about globally, it is from our roots. Talking about your statement about the Pahalgam, it was the OGWs themselves and it was the security breach. There were no security within the 2 to 3 kilometers of radius, and once again, it was obviously the Indians themselves who helped the terrorists. So once again, concluding my statement, with it is everything. It's from the root. We have to be trained, we have to be secured, and that's it. Thank you.
तो जैसे कि एज अ जीटीओ होने के नाते मैंने कुछ इवैल्यूएशन आप में से की। पहली बात तो ये कि आप जो बात कर रहे थे कि एजुकेशन, शिक्षा का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि आपके पास कितनी डिग्रीज हैं।
बेसिक मॉरल वैल्यूज,
मतलब ये कहने का भाव नहीं है कि अगर आप एमफिल हो, पीएचडी हो, या आपने बहुत सारी पीएचडी कर ली है तो आप एजुकेट हो गए। इट्स नॉट एजुकेशन। एजुकेशन का मतलब ये है कि आप वास्तव में कितने चीजों से परिचित हो। आपको क्या नेशनलिज्म पता है? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय नेशनलिज्म? अगर राष्ट्रवाद की भावना होगी तो देश के लोग कभी भी टेररिज्म में पार्टिसिपेट ही नहीं करेंगे। तो सबसे पहले हमें देश के लोगों को बताना होगा व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय नेशनलिज्म। ये एजुकेशन है। एजुकेशन ये नहीं है कि 12th बच्चा करके वो टेररिज्म में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है, उसको तो वो एजुकेशन नहीं थी, उसने तो एजुकेशन ली हुई थी। आपको आइडियोलॉजी कैसी, आपको किन लोगों ने प्रभावित किया है। जब जब बच्चों हमारे अपने इंटरनल सोर्स हमें तवज्जो नहीं देते हैं तो हम बाहरी सोर्सेज का आधार मानते हैं, उनकी चपेट में आते हैं, और यही इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी को हार्म भी करता है। अंडरस्टूड? नाउ सबसे पहली पॉइंट ये आपकी जो आपने ना अर्पित जब बोल रहे थे तो आपने बीच में उनको मतलब चढ़ाई करने की कोशिश की। एक कहा जाता है कि एक अच्छे वक्ता बनने से पहले एक अच्छे श्रोता बनना पड़ता है। ठीक है, मतलब लिसनर होने से पहले आपको एक गुड लिसनर बनना पड़ेगा, ना कि गुड स्पीकर। स्पीकर बात की कड़ी है, पहले आपको एक अच्छा श्रोता बनना पड़ेगा, सुनना सीखिए। ओके, और से बड़े प्यार से पोलाइटली कहिए, किसी से बातचीत करने का एक तरीका होता है, बड़े अगर उसमें आपका एंगर प्रेशर आ जाता है, आप गुस्सा दिखा रहे तो फिर वो मैटर नहीं करता है, ठीक है। आपका इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस भी यहाँ पे देखी जाती है, ठीक है। साइकोलॉजिकल है, आपकी इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस बड़ी जरूरी है। इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस में ये भी होता है कि हमें गुस्सा कब आएगा। गुस्सा का मतलब ये नहीं कि आप सिर फोड़ दोगे यहाँ पे, गुस्से का मतलब ये कि आपकी स्टेटमेंट दिखाती है कि आप गुस्सा हो गए, आप उसकी बात से जल चुके हो, ठीक है। मैं कब गुस्सा करूंगा ये मैं डिसाइड करूंगा, कोई दूसरा व्यक्ति नहीं। इट इज अ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस। और डिबेटिंग डिस्कशन में हम यही देखते हैं कि अगर कोई आपसे क्वेश्चन कर रहा है और आप उसमें गुस्सा हो गए एकदम से, तो इसका मतलब आपका गुस्सा आपके हाथ में नहीं हो, दूसरे व्यक्ति के हाथ में, तो आप इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंट नहीं हो। एंड इफ यू आर नॉट इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंट देन व्हाई आर यू चूजिंग यू, तो हम क्यों सिलेक्ट करें आपको, अंडरस्टूड। द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है से क्लियरली। इसका सिंपल सा बात है, आप एक तो बहुत धीरे बोल रहे हो, ऊपर से बोल भी बुनबुनाहट से रहे हो, तो नहीं, थोड़ा जोर से बोलिए, लाउडली बोलिए और क्लियर बोलिए, ठीक है। मैं आपको सुनने में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं हूं, ठीक है। अगर आप चाहते हो सिलेक्शन तो आपको मुझे सुनाना होगा, मैं आपको बड़ा इंटरेस्ट से नहीं सुनना चाहता, ठीक है। आप कोई मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर नहीं हो, तो आपको थोड़ा अच्छे से बोलना पड़ेगा। वहां बैठा हुआ जीटीओ आपको नहीं सुनना पसंद करता भाई, वो कोई एफर्ट्स नहीं दिखाएगा, ओके। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, रिलीजन, आप धर्म पे इंडिकेशन दे रहे हो। देखिए अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, या मैं मानता हूं एक मान्यता के अनुसार, धर्म कोई भी हो कभी भी गलत स्टेटमेंट नहीं देता। कोई धर्म नहीं कहेगा कि टेररिज्म को बढ़ावा दिया जाए, ठीक है। अगर हिंदू धर्म देखें, मुस्लिम धर्म देखें, आप क्रिश्चियन धर्म देखें, आप सिख धर्म देखें, कोई धर्म नहीं बोलता कि टेररिज्म को प्रमोट किया जाए, ठीक है। ईश्वर या किसी भी धार्मिक पुस्तकों में ऐसा नहीं लिखा गया है, तो रिलीजन के बारे में आप बात ना करिए तो ज्यादा बेस्ट है। और आपने क्लियर स्टेटमेंट दी जिसमें आपने मुस्लिम्स को कहा कि एवरी टेररिस्ट इज अ मुस्लिम, या नेक्स्ट, बट ये बात स्टेटमेंट आपकी गलत है। लेट्स सपोज आई एम जीटीओ ऑफिसर एंड आई एम मुस्लिम एंड आई एम सर्विंग इन आर्म्ड फोर्सेस इन इंडिया, तो मैं तो नेशनलिज्म को बढ़ावा दे रहा हूं, मैं तो देश की रक्षा सुरक्षा की बात कर रहा हूं। नो, योर सेकंड लाइन इज व्हाट,
सेंटिमेंट्स हर्ट करके ना,
ये आपको ऐसी स्टेटमेंट देनी है जो किसी के सेंटिमेंट्स को हार्म ना करे।
रिजर्वेशन वाली भी तो कर रही थी,
रिजर्वेशन नहीं कर रही है,
SC
उसमें इसने क्या कहा था, रिजर्वेशन वाला पॉइंट आप बताइए, क्या कहा था आपने।
इंडिया ने एक अच्छा इनिशिएटिव लिया है कि
नहीं यहाँ वाला नहीं, वो दूसरा वाला।
वो तो अलग चीज है, स्टेटमेंट का हिस्सा बताइए। देखिए एक्चुअल में जब माता पिता होते हैं ना, वो अपने बच्चों को इक्वली प्रमोट करें ना, तो वही पेरेंटिंग है अच्छी। और हम एक अच्छा देश चाहते हैं, तो इस अच्छे देश में हर किसी की इक्वल इन्वॉल्वमेंट हमें चाहिए। और अगर इन्वॉल्वमेंट इक्वल होगी, सभी को राइट्स मिलेंगे, सभी को ड्यूटीज मिलेगी, तो कोई भी इस टेररिज्म एक्टिविटी में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करेगा, ठीक है जी। तो ये चीजें, टाइम का विशेष ध्यान रखिए, टाइम पे चीजों को कंक्लूड करना सीखिए। एंड वर्ल्ड पीस की बात आपने बहुत अच्छी की। आपने बताया कि इंडिया, अगर हम बात करें, हम एक कंट्री हैं और हम एक उस कंट्री के सिटीजन हैं, तो हम कभी वर्ल्ड पीस ला नहीं सकते। हम वर्ल्ड पीस में कंट्रीब्यूशन दे सकते हैं, ठीक है। वर्ल्ड पीस जो है वो वर्ल्ड लेके आएगा, हम नहीं लेके आएंगे। हम एक कंट्रीब्यूशन दे रहे हैं और इंडिया इसमें कंट्रीब्यूट कर भी रहा है, ठीक है जी। और बहुत बढ़िया, थैंक यू।